a former Apprentice candidate flew to Britain from Spain twice in the past month for dates, only for them to both to not bother showing up. Unlucky in Love David Stevenson, who appeared on Series 11 back in 2015, filmed his latest dose of pure disappointment while arriving in Bristol Airport on Thursday. He turned up to discover the girl had planned to meet up cruelly changed her mind after telling him to come back to the UK to meet her. She cried off using COVID as an excuse, but entrepreneur David says he's not buying that. The 32-year-old had been enjoying nightly phone calls with one woman for months, but when he returned to the UK to see her a month ago, he claims she went silent. Undeterred, David then began chatting to another singleton and flew back over this week. However, when he landed on British soil, she claimed she had COVID and admitted it was really bad timing, though he doesn't believe her. In videos posted to TikTok, David sits in Bristol Airport looking disappointed while revealing he had been ghosted, while another video taken this week reveals he had suffered the same misfortune. But hopeful entertainment host David has now admitted there's still a chance for romance this weekend, after bragging he's been inundated with a lot of messages from other single women who have taken pity on his predicament. David, from Nottingham, said, "This isn't the first time this has happened to me. I got ghosted about a month or so by somebody else. I was stood up. I'd flown over a month previously and I'd met up with this girl. I'd already met her and been on a couple of dates with her. I was over for about 2 weeks. Everything was great and I'd flown back to Spain. It's hard to date living in Spain, so I'm willing to put the effort in. We'd been talking every day and this time I flew back to England with the plan to meet back up with her and I got nothing back. The moment I got back in England, she went silent. I landed back on British soil and nothing. It's purely disappointment. You're spending so many hours of your life invested in this person, from phone calls, messages, everything. There's only 24 hours in a day and you're giving up hours of your day for this person, and then to put yourself out there in a position of vulnerability and to be dropped, it's not a nice feeling at all." After posting about being ghosted the first time, David claims he was then messaged by a sympathetic follower who he began chatting her and agreed to meet in Bristol on Thursday. Certain he had found a good match this time, David was then left disheartened as his second date cancelled, blaming COVID. David said, "I followed them, they followed me back and we started messaging. We moved over to Instagram, then started FaceTiming every day, just chatting and getting on. Then I was like, should I just fly over and we can sort a date out? She lives in Wales and she was going to meet me in Bristol. Everything was going fine, everything great. There were telephone calls for 1 or 2 hours every day, we were getting on really well. Then the day before I was to fly out, she'd gone a bit quiet. She didn't reply to any of my messages but I still had the flight in the morning. I'm one of these people where I get that people can be busy. I'm not always on social media or my phone. I messaged her in the morning to say I was flying over and had just got to the airport. I got nothing. I still jumped on the plane. By the time I'd come off the plane, that video started blowing up a little bit and I think she may have seen it. She messaged me to say she had COVID, it was really bad timing and she was so sorry. I absolutely don't believe her. Despite the deflation, the businessman says has not given up on love just yet. "I'm going home first thing Monday morning. I still have chance for some romance this weekend. I've kept it as an open book," he added. "It's not necessarily that romance will happen, but I'm all for meeting people, making new connections with people while I'm here." Yesterday, someone reached out to me and said they were in Bristol city centre when I was and asked if I want to meet for a drink, so I met her for 2 hours. The reaction's been pretty immense if I'm honest. I won't lie, I'm being inundated with messages. I'm not sure everybody's for me, but I've had a lot of messages.